There you go. Okay, this lady here, it provides the best laundrette anywhere in Pattaya. It's at the junction of Cow, round the corner, round the bend from Cow and what's it? Chayapur, yeah. Okay, she's a lovely lady and provides a brilliant laundry service. Okay, so I'll book my laundry off at her and she'll have it back tomorrow afternoon. Okay, come and see this lady. She's a very, very nice lady. Okay, cheers. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, there's nothing like a lovely Thai smile to brighten up your day. Okay, and this is where this laundrette is located. It's opposite the Triangle Bar. On this way, it was very, very sad that wonderful bar is all closed up due to COVID. Let's hope they get better soon. Very, very good place, the Triangle Bar. Okay, so I'm wandering down this quiet little side side. Still a couple of massage places here. I don't want to be pointing cameras at massage girls and causing offence to them. That's not what I'm all about. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about is right now at this moment in time, you know, who should be coming to Pattaya, whatever you want to call it. Who should be coming here right now? Because everyone's got their own ideas. Well, let's look at the facts. The facts first of all. The facts are that Pattaya is not, you know, how it should be right now. Right now the bars are closing or serving last orders at 9 p.m, which is absolutely absurd. I mean, it was 11 p.m, which is bad enough, but 9 p.m, because Jesus, that's not a night out, is it? That's the start of your night out, isn't it? 9 p.m. I think people simply have to go out earlier. So there's still quite a few people around Pattaya right now. I still meet a lot of guys, you know, who recognise me from YouTube and say hello, which is great, terrific. But I think they're all going to fade away pretty soon, simply because now that the test and go is no longer what's been replaced to, you know, the 2 weeks quarantine. Nobody wants to do that. It's back to square one, really. That test and go didn't last long. I think a lot of the guys that you see around here managed to come here on that one night quarantine test and go. But now that it's no longer available, all those guys are ready to go home, and I don't think they're going to be replaced by anybody else. So the fact is that Pattaya may be quiet now, but it's going to be a whole lot quieter pretty soon. So I think everyone's agreed that Pattaya is going to get quieter very, very soon. And it's still very, very much peak season, but you know, not much of a peak season. But anyway, the weather's still good. Weather's fantastic. So what are the good things about coming to Pattaya right now? Well, the good things are the weather. I mean, just look at that. Just look at the weather. Fantastic. January, when it's cold and freezing wet in England. And remember, I'm one of those people who gets depressed in the UK when it's raining all the time. The rain depresses me. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And that's why being here, it's worth being here just for the weather. Fantastic. As for the beach, well, in all the years I've been coming here, I've never once actually swam in that beach. I like swimming in beautiful beaches and tropical islands, which is why I'm a little bit down in the dumps right now, because I was so looking forward to booking Koh Chang, only to have the carpet pulled from underneath me. 17 people on the minibus, that's all it takes. 3 times a week, not good. So what are the other good things about being in Pattaya right now at this moment in time, this troubled moment in time? Well, I suppose it's still cheap, still relatively cheap. You know, you still get a nice decent hotel room for 20 quid a night. That's about 28 US dollars, something like that, per night. And also the beer is still cheap. You can get a nice Heineken for 60, 70, maybe 80 baht. That's 80 bahts. Well, that's less than £2 in this day and age. So it's still a lot cheaper than England. Also, the exchange rate has improved a little bit. You know, it's now 45 Thai baht to a pound, which isn't as great as it was in the good old days, but it's an improvement in what it was a couple of years ago, so it does make all the difference. I'm actually feeling pretty good here, you know, for all the doom and gloom. I mean, I'm quite happy here, but I think with Pattaya, I was hoping to get away. I think, you know, 8 or 9 days is about enough. I was, you know, really looking forward to going to an island, so I'm going to have to sort something out. I don't want to stay here too long. You can only do so much in a place like this. So who should be coming here to Pattaya at this moment in time? If you were back in the Western world, the UK or America, should you come to Pattaya at this moment in time? Well, it depends on a lot, doesn't it? How long you plan on staying here? What do you want? Is Pattaya the only place that you're going to visit? Or do you plan on using it as a jumping off point to go somewhere else? I think the answer to all of these is really, really very, very simple. It's who should come here and who shouldn't come here. And it's all a matter to do with the length of your holiday. 2-week people, 2-week millionaires or 2-week holiday makers, whatever, it's a complete and total no-no. It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. We're back to the ASQ quarantine hotel. It may be whatever it is, 10 days, maybe 14, whatever it is. I'm not even sure what it is in this day and age. All I know is that people don't want to do it. If you're coming here for 2 weeks, to do that quarantine hotel is a complete no-no. So there's not going to be any 2-week holiday makers coming here anytime soon. How about if you're in the Western world and you want to come here for a month, let's say 4 weeks, is it worth coming here then? I'd still say no. I'd still say no, because if you know, to be forced into that, to have a big chunk of your holiday taken out right at the beginning with that quarantine hotel, dreadful. You're not left with very much. Even if you plan on coming here for 4 weeks, you're still not left with, you know, very much time. So the month ones are out of the question as well. How about 6 weeks? 6 weeks. Say you're in America or Britain and you're going to give it a generous 6 weeks holiday to come here and Pattaya and have some fun. Well, is it worth it then? I suppose 6 weeks, now you're talking. Because even with that 10-day quarantine at the start of your holiday, that still leaves you with, you know, still leaves you with a, you know, a fair bit, you know, 4.5 weeks, whatever. But really, I'd still say to take 10 days out of 45 days is still quite a lot, really, isn't it? It's still quite a lot. So how about 2 months? Now, if you want to chance it and come to Pattaya for 2 months, then that's more realistic, because you take 10 days out of 2 months and you're still left with a decent amount of time, so then it's more realistic. But then don't forget, Pattaya is not Pattaya right now. 9 p.m. bar closures. Is that really what you come here for? Well, I think it all speaks for itself, really. But anyone who's planning on coming out here for less than 2 months, I wouldn't do it. Simply because that long quarantine hotel is a bit of a real pain. And don't forget, that's not the end, not necessarily the end of it. You know, you can stay in that quarantine hotel for 10 days, but later on, if you test positive, it's in the wrong place, you're still going to be dragged off to a hospital, and for another 10 days. It's quite possible it can happen. So it's not rocket science to figure it out, really. Anyone who's coming here for less than 2 months, I don't think it's really worth it. Because even if you might have a significant amount of time after that quarantine hotel, Pattaya is not what it should be. You don't come to a place like Pattaya for people to tell you that you've got to drink up at 9 o'clock in the evening. It's just not on, really. I mean, somebody mentioned to me, well, you can always get a lock-in, can't you? There's always lock-ins going on in certain places, until the early hours of the morning. Do you really want that? Do you really come here for a lock-in? An illegal drinking session after hours? Is that what you want? I don't want that. No, I want to relax. So even if you come here for 2 months, you may have a generous amount of time here, but that early closing is not really good. It's not really good. In fact, it's bloody dreadful. I hear guys moaning when it was 11 p.m. closing. Now it's 9 p.m, which is bloody ridiculous. Okay, so you may wonder, amongst all this doom and gloom, who is Pattaya good for right now? I think it's good for people who are using it as a jumping off point to go to other places. I've been here 7 days now. This is actually my 8th day. I was planning on being here another couple of days, and then I was planning on going to Koh Chang, but that's gone out the window now, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But my plan, I'm traveling for 3 months, at least 3 months. So my plan is to go other places. I wouldn't stay here in Pattaya for 3 months. That'd drive me crazy, especially with all the restrictions. No go-go bars, limited live bands, 9 p.m. closing of the bars. No. It's not the way it should be. Okay, so I've tried to give a bit of info, and this has probably turned out to be another misery guts video. But I don't want to be miserable. I'm realistic, absolutely realistic. I mean, my YouTube channel, which today has just reached 40,000 subscribers, so a big thank you to you all who subscribed over the years. Really thrilled about that. My YouTube channel is aimed at the tourists like me. And you, wherever you are, whether you're in America, Australia, or Britain, I make these kind of videos, not just here. I'm not a Pattaya vlogger. I go to Vietnam, Cambodia, other places, as you know. I make videos to tell you what's going on out here. I'm coming here, I'm spending the money to give you information. And I have the utmost regard for people who go to work, as you probably do in your country. You work hard, you put your money away wisely, you have a 2-week holiday, maybe a 4-week holiday, or maybe longer than that. But the fact is that you've worked very, very hard for your money, and I respect that. And when you work hard for your money and you come out to a place like this, you want it to live up to your expectations. You don't want to hold back. You do not want 9 p.m. closures of bars. You simply don't want that. You want to live it up. You want it to deliver the goods, full frontal, lock, stock and barrel. And sadly, what I've got to say is that right now, at this moment in time, Pattaya just isn't delivering. I would not recommend you bring your hard-earned money out here. I'd suggest that you hold back and keep it for another day. It's all right for me, because I'm a traveller. I put this down to a travelling experience. I'm going other places during the next few months. I'll still come back to Pattaya. I always manage to return here. But it's okay for people who are here for a few months and are travelling to other places. But no, it's save your hard-earned money. If you've worked hard for your money, then save it. Keep it for another day. Because I think you will ultimately end up disappointed.
Well, I know that may have been a bit negative, but the way I see it, it's also realistic, and you have to be realistic in everything that you do. As for Pattaya, well, I genuinely believe that Pattaya will bounce back. Pattaya is not finished, not by a long way. A place like this with so much to offer, it'll come back, it'll just take time. Will Pattaya come back to its former over-the-top glory? I would certainly hope so, because that is the Pattaya that I like. But I think that's a long way off just yet. Let's hope for the best. Anyway, a big thanks once again to those 40,000 subscribers. I'll say thanks for watching, keep thinking positive, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.